What's up? It's your boy. Oh wait, it's actually a girl. Look, it's our sister.
Oh, hello.
We finally have 3 of the Good Time Group members. That's very exciting. This is our...
Do they know how many there are?
Well, it's mysterious. It's a mystery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, our defensibility check of set 6769. Fort Legoredo. Really excited to be doing a set outside of the purview of Castle.
Also outside of the continent of anything you've done before.
That's true.
You've gone to a whole new territory.
Centuries ahead.
Oh yeah.
And warfare has changed. We're no longer looking for like rocks down through machicolations. We're looking for like
bullets through
good rifle placement. Oh.
Walls.
Bullets through your wall.
So the Wild West theme is really cool.
It's so cool.
It's by far one of my favorite themes. And this set, the flagship set of them all, is just awesome.
It is. A friend of ours growing up had this set. Still has it, and
it's quite opulent.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Dare I say decadent.
It's huge.
Yeah.
With imposing towers and a really cool set of slanted red roofs and all those parrots. Look at those wooden parrots.
About those horns mounted, perched quite precariously at the top of that tower.
I wouldn't want to be the one having to go up there and put them on.
And
well, I don't think you
flags are flying.
2 of them.
Mm-hmm. And one.
Whoa, you're right. There's 3.
Do you happen to have a hankering for gambling?
Oh.
Well, it just so happens that there's ample opportunity here at the fort.
In the headquarters.
Saturdays are for the boys.
So without further ado,
let's dive in.
Accessibility.
So we have all sorts of rifle holes, very much like arrow loops. However, these are twice as wide as a lot of the ones that we've been seeing. And a bullet is not twice as wide as an arrow. There's a jail cell, but it's insecure. There's a hole at the top of the back grate.
It also has really low self-esteem.
Yes.
That's what makes it insecure.
Yes, it's a very insecure jail cell.
Good one.
The bars of the jail cell continue from the door on the front to the wall on the side and the wall in the very back of the fort. So it's exposed to all sorts of bandits who can slip contraband right through the contraband window.
Some snakes right in your boot.
Oh yeah, you better watch out. Further, the room adjacent to the jail cell is completely open in the back, as well as the top room of the headquarters, the gambling lounge. All completely open.
The circuit is incomplete. You can't walk completely around from one side of the rampart to the other side.
That is because of the gates and the headquarters room in the back only having one door.
All levels can be achieved, though, using ladders.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be very inconvenient to do so.
Those towers all have a ladder beneath the top level of the tower, so you can actually flip that ladder back up and access the top levels of these towers, which is really neat. It'd be tough, but it can be done.
If you're on the wolf pack, you could use it as a floor.
Mm-hmm.
True.
We have wolf pack floors all over this place.
Oh no.
Some call them ladders.
And in between those 2 towers that you were talking about, we have gates. But further than that, they're lockable.
That's right. We have 3 separate gate systems, all of them lockable. It's beautiful. They even use lock pieces.
Wow. The walkways on top of the walls are incredibly spacious. Spacious enough to fit, perhaps, the cannon.
It's true. With some fandangling, you'd be able to get that cannon up there and fire out upon all of those... Ruffians out
Desperados.
there. Desperados.
Those ones.
Who may be threatening your betumbleweeded
Crash bandicoots?
Countryside.
Raccoons?
Good one. We have an armory. There's guns galore.
All over the place. In fact, we traded with our friend for a few of these guns at one point, so we could make a more convincing World War II diorama. So cool that they're old gray. Old gray's fantastic.
We also have a pretty convincing chimney system. In the lounge, we have a fireplace with some golden coins sneakily hidden behind it.
So cool. Inaccessible golden coins, -5.
Easy, -5.
If it was a golden frog, it'd be even worse.
Well, I bet you would say there's some golden coins that are accessible to the villains.
That's true. There is that little cash below the tumbleweed out there.
I wouldn't keep my cash
Little
there.
cash of cash.
Accessibility, -3, +5, net 2. Onto defensibility. So, there's a hole in the back of the fort. There's a hole in the back of the fort. There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole in the back of the fort. Okay, it's huge.
There's a couple of different holes. There's a hole above the jail bars. There's a hole across the entire back of that lower room, and a hole all the way across the headquarters.
There's also a hole between the gate and the top, so you could have some space there.
Yeah,
you can see that guy climbing.
Little bandit climbing up there, and he's dropped his gun. Take care of those. That's Old Gray.
So this entire fort is constructed out of wood. So it is flammable.
Very flammable. In this year alone, at the time that we're recording this, there have been 371 wildfires in Texas. Yahoo! That's a lot of wildfires.
That's a lot of Texas.
Speaking of fire, there's open flames everywhere. Open flames all over this castle. Open flames.
It's true.
On a wood, not even castle. Sorry, this is the fort. There's open flames on the fort everywhere.
Yep.
Wooden fort, open flames.
It's odd that Lego Castle about this time was using these weird spacey looking lamp type things as torches, when out here where they would have had lamps or lanterns, they use open flame.
There's also all sorts of corners and blind spots where somebody could hide in because there's no machicolations, because of course warfare changed. There's not a lot you can do. So if somebody gets too close to the gate, you can't easily shoot them. The rocks on the western wing of this western fort are easily scalable. You can just hop right on up and climb over that wall.
You can use the parrot for leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So we have a variation on crenellations on these ramparts up here. The crenelles are of an adequate height that goes halfway up the person. Merlon's a little short, but they're actually better than what we've seen in a lot of actual historical forts, if you look at the photographs of them, and better than a lot of classic castle, better than a lot of modern castle too.
A lot of these towers have a half tower design, at least at the tops. So should one of these rogue cattle ranchers take one of these here towers, they can be shot at from people defending.
These towers are actually a bit taller than what you saw in historical western forts. They afford great visibility over the entire yard and most of the vast expanse of desert out and about the fort, so that's really good. They're of an excellent height.
Defensibility, -4, +3, net -1. Onto offensibility. -0. There's not really anything offensive about the offensibility of this castle.
Yeah, we aren't going to take off anything for it missing traps and things. Most medieval traps were rather outmoded by this time. We have things like repeater rifles. Swords had really only become sabers.
On a positive note, we have a cannon. This is the first time we've seen one.
And what a cannon it is!
Oh yeah, it can shoot little pieces out.
We've got
the ones in the
6
bucket.
of them.
Yeah, it's true. We've got 6 rounds for this cannon. You could keep firing for probably a good half hour of the battle.
Ooh-wee.
Though you'd have to dedicate quite a few of your folks to the cannon crew to get a pace like that.
So realistically, maybe a whole hour if we're getting
I'll bet.
singular person.
Offensibility, -0, +1, net 1. As of right now, our initial total is sitting pretty at 2.
Ooh.
Onto
auxiliary graces. Do 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 do.
So I'm gonna be honest. I know that's a really weird thing to bother me, but those open flames, like I think they had lamps back then, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Like
easy.
It would make a lot of sense to have a lamp, but
they neglected to do so in a wooden fort in the arid desert.
And that fire's getting pretty close to the wood there. It's making me a little nervous.
It's very tall.
It is about 3/4 the height of a person.
That's a
One
really
bonfire.
tall flame.
I hope they brought their marshmallows to the gambling lounge, because all they have to do is lean out the window and they've got dinner.
We have an adequate garrison. We have 6 soldiers plus an additional deputy. We also have a cavalry.
3 horses.
That's pretty cool. Our final total, 3. This fort passes.
Do, 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 do.
So those parrots. Do you think they're real?
Absolutely.
So they
Yeah.
just
It's a pretty tropical area,
Those
Texas.
are trained killer parrots. They weren't always red.
Actually, if you look there, that guy who's sneaking through that little area, the parrots are about to
He's looking
go
over
for
at
the
those
eyes.
parrots.
They're going to get him.
Those are the guys that gave the Wolfpack guy an eye patch.
Look out, Mr. Bandit.
Mr. Bandicoot.
Okay, it's done.